fast that Canadians didn't want champagne for Thanksgiving. They just want some food. And I did a little bit of price shopping on that for him. In the last days of the Conservative government, the price for a pound of turkey was $1.49. And the flyers today show it's $2.49, a 70% increase. And I might add that the picture of the turkey during the Conservative years was a big, plump, beautiful bird, whereas right now it's a skimpy, shrimpy little thing that looks like it's been taxed to death. Mr. Speaker, why won't they get off the back of the turkey so that we can have a nice dinner for Thanksgiving?
L'honorable député de Thornhill.
Remember the middle class and those working hard to join it. Remember, we'll take on more debt so Canadians don't have to. Remember, the budget will be balanced in 6 years. Those were the promises. And after 8 years, there's no talk of the middle class anymore because they're underwater from Liberal NDP spending sprees. And now the budget will be balanced in the year never. So has the finance minister completely lost control of the books? Or is there a new promise this week about when she will actually stop the inflationary spending so that Canadians don't lose their houses?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Mr. Speaker, I am always happy to work for the middle class. We are always happy as a government to continue supporting the middle class. The Conservatives on 2 occasions voted against a tax break for the middle class. And now they pretend to care about the middle class. Mr. Speaker, I'm confused. You see, we have legislation on the floor of this House that is going to stabilize grocery prices and that is going to help build more homes from coast to coast to coast in this country. I know many Conservatives are voting in favor of that bill. They've said so publicly. What about the leader of the Conservative Party? Will he vote for this bill?
L'honorable député de Thornhill.
Speaker, it's not working. It's been 8 years, and the only thing that Canadians know after 8 years is that the Liberals are not worth the cost. Canadians are struggling, and the Liberals are continuing their ballooning deficits that drive up inflation. Even the Liberals are saying that deficits increase interest rates. So will the Finance Minister finally confirm for Canadians that she will balance the budget in a specific year so that interest rates can come down and that Canadians can keep their homes?
L'honorable secrétaire parlementaire.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Much, Mr. Speaker, and I would remind my colleague opposite that Canada continues to have the lowest deficit among all G7 countries. I'd also advise her, in case she missed the news this morning, that Statistics Canada has announced that inflation has actually come down in Canada.
Trillion in the last 60 years, but 70 cents of it goes not to the poor, but those who serve the poor. So we've created a commodity out of poor people, and a lot of black professionals are in the sector that is delivering those services.
Right. As Tom Sowell said, the anti-poverty programs definitely do eliminate poverty among the bureaucrats.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you make of this submerged or forgotten century?
Mr. Speaker, that is because our plan is working. But we know that Canadians still need support, which is why before this House, at this very moment, we have legislation that will help to reduce grocery store prices for Canadians. Mr. Speaker, why is it that the Conservatives are playing partisan games with the interests of Canadians and of the middle class?
L'honorable député de Kenora.
The Honourable Member for Kenora.
8 years of the NDP Liberal government, the federal deficit is projected to exceed $46 billion this year, according to the independent budget officer. This spending is driving up interest rates and mortgage costs to the point where people are worried that they won't be able to afford it to keep their roof over their head.
Don't forget to like, dislike, subscribe, and comment. Safe Space Cafe. And always, have a good day.